What's up, chums? Sharky here. I just have a little bit of a channel update and some things that I wanted to talk about. Here, I'm going to take my glasses off because there's too much glare. 2023 has kind of been a bittersweet year for me, and I know it's not completely over yet, but there have been a lot of, like, I don't want to say bad things, but just like life things going on for me. So, some of you may know that I used to have a cat. His name was Travis, and he used to sleep behind me sometimes when I would make videos. And he also was in a lot of my videos. Well, not a lot of my videos, but he was either in the background or sometimes I would show him on camera. And he passed away in February of this year, and it hit me really hard. Like, I had him for 8 years roughly, and I had kind of like stopped posting videos for a couple months, like after he passed away. Like, I'm fine now, but like, it really changed the way that I think about life and how I spend my time and, what I spend my time and money and effort doing. Um, and I really feel like him passing, I think at first, initially, I felt kind of guilty because when I adopted him, I was going to college at the time, so I was home a lot. Even though I had class and I did have a part time job, I still spent a lot of time at home. And I had time to spend with him then. And then once I moved to Texas and I got a full time job, I finished school and everything, it got really difficult for me to spend time with him. And I felt really guilty when he passed because I started thinking about that in my head. Like, oh man, he was probably so lonely and sad here all the time. But I know that, circumstantially, it's not my fault. I have to have a job. I have to have a place to put him in, to pay for his food, take that responsibility. And I I've accepted that, I wouldn't change anything about the time that we spent together except maybe like spending a little more time with him. But anyways, I said that to say it just hit me really hard because, we had a routine. As with any pet passing away, like you have a routine of taking care of them. And then when they're suddenly not there, the house feels really empty and stuff. But I will say it did kind of start to affect my mental health a bit. By the way, this is not like a yearly reflection video. I'll do one of those in January, but I just wanted to get this stuff out and say how I feel. And this channel has always been a place for me to do that, where I can just like say what's on my mind. And I've been thinking about all the things that have happened this year. This is not all bad either. Like, I have good things to say later, but during the summer I had a really good birthday. June, July were super busy for me. The summer's always super busy. Like, I tend to not make as many videos during the summer. There's just a lot going on. We usually try to plan like family stuff, vacations, and all that stuff. About 2 months ago, shortly after I made that video about like stop hating on furries or whatever, my great grandma passed away. And I wasn't expecting it. Like, let me clarify. So like, she was 95, I think. And I know that's like, oh, well, she was old. Well, yeah, she was, but like, she was very mentally all there and like very, witty and, cognitively there. So I don't think any of us were really expecting it, because she always joked about like she was gonna live to be 120 or something like that. We were like, okay, Grandma. But She was probably the closest great grandparent to me. Like, what I mean by that is, like, I was the closest with her specifically, more than my other great grandparents, just because she did help raise us for a little while when we were growing up, me and my siblings. She would babysit me a lot when, like, my parents were working, and I have a lot of memories, like, in her house, and, like, family dinners, and, you know, we had family dinners at her house all the time, and just really, really good family memories. So when she passed, it took, it was kind of over the course of a couple days. Like, she was in the hospital. She was, like, having trouble, like, breathing, so they put her, like, on a respirator type machine. And she was super happy, like, the whole time. Like, she didn't, at least she didn't seem to be, like, in pain a lot, or, you know, complaining. She was, like, happy and singing, and, like, she was very religious, so, like, she was, you know, singing hymns and stuff, even while she couldn't breathe, which is so her, you know. The last time I saw her was, like, a couple Christmases ago, and I really hadn't seen her, like, recently, so. But anyway, I said all that to say, like, I wouldn't change anything about, you know, the last time I saw her. I ended up, like, not going to the funeral because I just couldn't, like, emotionally handle it or take the time off work for that. But I loved her. Like, she helped raise us, and, like, I just love her. Like, and I know, like, she's in heaven with my great grandpa, her husband, who passed away in 2010, I think, or 2011, something like that. So, yeah, it was kind of a sad time for my family, and just, I don't know, I just kind of felt like a shift in my family. Like, it kind of brought us closer together because we had been, like, so focused on ourselves and, like, our own, you know, plans for life. And then when she passed away, it kind of, like, brought us together, and we started, like, talking about a whole bunch of things that we had always wanted to bring up, but, like, we never had the time. But honestly, we're all, like, content with, you know, how she lived her life and where she is now. So, with both of those things said, I have been trying to make some permanent routine changes to my life because I feel like for the past couple years I've kind of just been flying by the seat of my pants, and I'd like to have a little more control and a little more direction, which is hard to do when you have ADHD sometimes. But yeah, I have been going to a therapist, and not to get into too much of that for confidentiality reasons, but I've been just trying to, like, better myself and understand myself better and why I do the things I do, and get better with, like, handling money, like, managing my finances, and, like, managing my time better, because I feel like prior to my grandma passing away, I kind of just, like, I would never go see my family. Like, I would never spend time with my niece and nephew, even though they live here, like, now. But, like, I just always felt like not doing anything. And I feel like, you know, life is precious, time is precious. You don't get time back. You can always make more money, but you can never get time back. And I took that, like, to heart, and I'm trying to, like, make more family memories and spend more time with my parents, because they're not going to be here forever, you know. So it's kind of just been like an emotional roller coaster for me, but therapy's been good. I've been trying to get, you know, motivational help for my mental health, and just, you know, just trying to better myself. On a brighter note, some of you may remember me in my last couple videos mentioning that I have a trip coming up, Yes, I am flying out of the country for the first time in my life, and I'm terrified, but I'm gonna do it. Like, I've gone over it a million times in my head, and I feel like I can do it. I've had dreams about it so many times that I feel like at this point, like, I need to just do it. I need to, like, get over this, like, agitation about it. But the flight is booked. I took the time off work. Everything's in place. I just gotta show up at the airport. I'm flying to Heathrow Airport in London on the 19th, and I'll be staying for about 4 days or so. I'm going to a wedding. My best friend, Mazami9, is getting married, and I wouldn't miss it for anything, except maybe my own wedding, but don't worry, they're not on the same day. But she's been my best friend for a long time. We met when I was in high school online, and we've been friends ever since. She's visited me twice, but I never visited her yet. So this is kind of a test trip for me, not only to see her, but it's also kind of a practice trip for when I go to Italy, because my fiance is from Italy and lives there, and that's due as well. I need to pay him a visit. He just left Monday, to go back to Italy. He actually visited me for the entire month of August. No, I did not record any videos of us together because I forgot. I took some pictures, but videos, I didn't really take any videos. But we hung out, we ate a lot of food, hung out with my parents, we went on a boat, and we had like a mini vacation last weekend, which was kind of also bittersweet because I was in pain. I don't want to get like gross or into details, but I had an infection that was causing me to be in a lot of pain during our mini beach trip, which sucked, but it was still fun. I still had a lot of fun, and we got to like play in the ocean and like, throw sand at each other and play in the pool. I got to push my fiance in the pool for driving me nuts, and it was really funny. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. And I'm getting so excited for my UK trip, like preparing and like researching, and I always do that anytime I'm going somewhere new. I'm always like, oh, but what if this happens? No, I have a plan for that. But anyway, so last note that I'd like to talk about is I'm getting married. So one of the purposes of my fiance's trip this past month was filing our K1 visa. For those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, the K1 visa is a special visa for foreign travelers that allows them to get married within 90 days. You might have seen the show 90 Day Fiancé. It's like that. It's like related to that. But they have 90 days to get married to a U.S. citizen. And Juimi, my fiance, we've known each other literally for like over 10 years now. We're very comfortable with each other. Like, it's not a scam or anything. We've known each other for a really long time, and he's visited me multiple times and kind of lived with me a few times, at least twice. But yeah, so we're finally like tying the knot. Like, we're gonna get married. We filed our K1 on August 9th, I believe. Shipped the package to Dallas, and I think they sent ours to the California Processing Center. And we're literally just waiting for their response now from the government. Like, if they need more information, if they need, documentation of anything, from me or him. Like, we just have to provide it. But they extended the wait time recently to 16 months. I'm really hoping and praying that it does not take that long, because I submitted as much evidence as possible without overloading our case file. But I really hope that goes quicker. But we'll see. It's in God's hands now, pretty much. Yeah. I got this really good boba tea from Feng Cha. It's a taro milk tea with matcha foam. It's so good. Anyways, so hopefully we'll be getting married by next year sometime, whenever they get back to us. Probably by the end of next year or early 2025. We'll see. But anyway, so that's huge news, and there's a lot going on in my life, and I just haven't really felt like making videos lately, just with all that going on. I've been neglecting my art too. I was thinking about that a lot this past week. My dream, and I've always said this, my dream is to work part-time, open a small art business online, and do art stuff, like, as my job. That's the goal. But financially, for now, I have to keep my full-time. But I really feel like in my gut that's gonna change, because once my fiance gets here and can help me with some of the financial burden in my life, that could very well change. Like, I could be making videos way more often and working on art stuff and promotional stuff for that. So we'll see. Oh, by the way, if any of you found my channel through my Done First videos, I wanted to give an update on that. I can't remember if I put this in the last update. Basically, I canceled my service with Done First for ADHD treatment. They changed my provider without me knowing about it, and my pharmacy does not take my prescription anymore. Like, they're not taking telehealth stuff. So I've been getting a lot of comments lately on my Done First videos, and I just wanted to, like, clarify that. Like, I think what I'm gonna do is actually go to a local doctor and get my prescription now. But anyways, I just wanted to throw that in there because I've been getting comments on it. But in other news, I'm really excited for spoopy season. You guys know I really come alive during Halloween time. And yes, it's spoopy season as of tomorrow. I've already, like, decorated my apartment, which you can't really tell much, but I have my Chucky Build-A-Bear and my zombie Build-A-Bear over there. And I changed my computer colors to orange and purple. And then I got some, like, little lights over there. I should have turned them on. But anyways, some little pumpkin lights and stuff. But anyway, I'm excited for spoopy season. I thought about doing a Halloween haul video because I bought a ton of fall/Halloween themed things. And let me know if you guys want to see them, because I will gladly do a haul video for you if you want to see it. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.